Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 89 of the Sickcast, aka the Siblings in Cardboard podcast. I'm your host, Noah, joined by my buddy slash co-host, Thomas and Justin. I got some games of fabbing with Donnie, though, so he is out there. He is live. We love you, Donnie. He's doing great in school, but he just still can't be here. But whether you're a veteran card gamer or a first timer just testing the water, sorry, we are all siblings in cardboard. Guys, we got super carried away with the new set, spoilers, all sorts of crazy stuff that I think we got to talk a little bit this week about what we did in Fab, but also Ira.
I mean, I feel like there's so many things that have happened the past week that we could still forget to talk about Ira, but we're not going to. But first, you played against Donnie in some games. What's he playing now since new Hit Living Legend?
Let's see here. It was after a pod recording, and then he was playing a marionette. Tiny marionette.
Makes sense.
So, I couldn't tell you like what kind of a list, if you know. I mean, because I don't play a lot of flesh and blood in the paper, and I don't play against a lot of marionettes. It did suck. I had some really unfair turns. He had some really unfair turns. I think both games were really close, like 3-1. But I just got kind of down into flick lock on both times, where I just didn't really have a way to close it out. Couple of reactions I'm just not used to with marionette. You know, I'm Azalea, so I'm just sitting there having a good time throwing arrows. I'm not really interacting too much with the board. And then I'll be like, oh, that's the thing you could do with the Agent of Chaos, you know. So I don't really know them all too well.
Yeah, Kiss of Death interactions, Take Up the Mantle interactions. There's a lot of complexity in
Black Widow in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had some good turns, but the first game I didn't see a single one. The second game I saw all three in like one span. I kind of would have wanted them sectioned out, but the second game was definitely a little closer. I just couldn't finish it. But he's doing good. I mean, he's just busy. He said he's going to try and make it to Armory this week. So if you guys see him there, say hi to him.
Let's go.
So
speaking of armories, I went to a news store on Thursday.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah, store's called Cards HQ. They're in Smyrna. I believe the armory starts at 6:30. Cool store, cool owner. Like they just hired a new like TCG guy, and he's awesome. I can't say enough good things about him yet. Like he gave all of us just an extra pack because there was a pre-release for somebody else going on, and it was quote unquote loud. And I was like, this is super normal, but he still just gave us a pack and an extra pack, and it was awesome. Like, good time.
Nice.
Played Verdance. We went 3-0. Mario, Dory, by allocated. So.
Dory.
Yeah.
All right.
So you got
the
by
Dory
allocated after winning 2 games?
No. I did them in the wrong order.
Okay.
It was by allocated because there were 5 of us. So I got the round 1 pass. I watched Dory beat a Gravy, and then I played the Dory. Then I played Mario, then I played Dory, and then that was it. So.
Traditional Dory?
Yeah, Dawnblade. Beats up on Gravy. Watching that was like, I've heard about that matchup, but that was my first time like actually seeing it, and I was like, I don't think the Dory is playing this particularly perfectly, and it still looks kind of one-sided.
It feels pretty good. Like,
he had a counter on turn 2, and I didn't realize that whenever you hit an ally, you just keep the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he could literally only develop allies if he thinks he's going to like do something useful with them. And the Dory's like, okay, you put an ally out. If I have to, I will block with literally everything.
And then just swing clear ally.
Just swing clear ally and keep the counter.
Yep, he blocked down a hand one time, used Tunic, killed the ally, moved on. I was like, oh,
yeah,
it's so strong.
It's just free.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and like that swung the game because that was like his big like boat into sloop into ally turn, and he just blocked all of it and used Tunic to kill the ally, and I was like, oh, well, this game is now done. So, but yeah, so that was interesting to watch in paper for the first time. Mario Verdance, I'm so used to playing Florian versus Assassins that I have to remember that I don't have as much armor or face purgatory, and that matchup's a lot different. Like a lot different.
Was it like dagger focused? So throwing big Chalicerus?
It was in the middle. There was a few big calculators, but it was like I still saw, well, Mark of the Black Widow is always going to be in the deck. What are some of the other stealth attacks that they would run? I think I saw an Infect.
Yes, if you see Infect, it's the less dagger focused because that's like one of the better stealth cards that you can put into the deck.
Yeah. Red and blue Spinnerets were still in there, but like I think I saw an Infect in there at some point.
I think he ran Infect too and Infiltrate. I don't know. It seems to be more attack focused. Donnie was definitely more attack focused in that sense. I can tell you that much, at least, in terms of the typing.
So, but yeah, so that matchup was actually kind of tricky. And then we just got him into Burn Bear range and he kept blocking. So,
dude, Burn Bear did so much work for Verdance.
Yeah. Burn Bear and Everbloom coming out are like not minor upgrades for that deck.
They're not like broken cards either. They just, I feel like Verdance is a very well-tuned deck now. Just feels good to play against and play as.
Yeah. Speaking of Verdance, does she have like a kill zone kind of like
10.
At any point with
10 in AB matchups like Rune Blades because 10. You need Metacarpus nodes.
If she's not amping it at all, if she's just doing Bird Bear into Waning Moon, it's 6 into 3. So your safety range is 10. If all 3 Burn Bears are gone, it's most likely just Blue Emeritus Scalding or Pulse. And then
you're saying 10 as like
8.
If you're at 10, you're safe.
You're at 10. Okay. She cannot kill you unless she has some gimmick or something to.
Okay. Yeah.
She needs like a rampant growth or something at that point.
Yep.
So, she does have a range. If you've seen all the Burn Bears, it goes down to 7. And then that's like your normal number because you have like 3 Pulsing Aether Lives and 3 Emeritus Scoldings that both come in for 4. But yeah, that's like your normal-ish range.
I think I'm going to play Riptide this month. Like the whole month, all of July. Everything I do in July, I think I'm going to bring the Riptide back out.
Why?
He's fun because I got my return fires. So
he's fun.
Dude.
You also saw the new Shrek and you're like, I miss the old Shrek.
Yeah, I miss the old Shrek.
So you're going back to the old Shrek for a minute.
Dude, man, new Shrek is so bad. I just have to play old Shrek.
Is there like a EA return fire?
I don't think so. I've
only seen foil.
I just want to block 4 and then shoot Searing Shot for 7.
Oh yeah, no, I think return fire is nuts.
So, I haven't been buying any cards, and this I actually picked up from Nick Tucker, a friend of ours. How have card prices been? I did look at Gravy Bones cards. They're still insane.
The Gravy cards are pretty dang good. In fact, any of the cards that we're about to talk about, right, are pretty dang good. You know what they're even better with? An affiliate link. It's crazy. Look at that. I remember this time. So we're about to talk about a bunch of cards on TCG Player, and in our description, there is a affiliate link for TCG Player through our podcast. You don't have to do anything other than click the link and just access TCG Player as normal, and you would be providing the pod with some support just by purchasing the order as you would. So if you do choose to use that, thank you so much. There's also other affiliate links to merchandise like binders, sleeves, streamer dice, things of that nature there as well. So thank you. All right, Gravy Bones. I mean, everybody likes Gravy Bones. I still think that he's probably like let's just be real. He's the Enigma of the format, right? So I think that.
No, he's not. He's just not. Like
he's a pillar. He's the ally pillar of.
He's the ally pillar of the format. Okay, like that's what I mean by that. Not Enigma in playstyle, not Enigma in whatever. I'm saying like the Enigma-esque type of player that came to that type of board state. It is now Gravy Bones.
He can't play Humperdinck at instant speed.
No, he can't. But Gravy, trust me, Gravy has it fills that void. So. Gravy cards are doing good. High Seas is doing really well. I mean, there was a second wave. I know a lot of places actually ended up getting some this week. Some places have restocked a little bit. So cases have gone down just a smidge. Looks like boxes are like 116. And cases are... cases are still 520. But I've seen places selling them outright for like 5 flat or a little less. So it's still a rat race for that set.
I mean, just in time too, because we kind of have a pro tour coming up and people wanting to practice draft. There's just been no product.
It's crazy.
I forgot that draft is still going to be a pretty pivotal portion going forward, and like you said, boxes are hard to come by.
It's been a pivotal portion of the entire Nat season, but if you didn't like save any of your initial product that rolled out right when the set released, I doubt other countries were having any easier time getting product either.
We're good. I still got some ready to go. I took the gold pack from it because I had to, but this is 24. It's fresh.
Beautiful.
We can draft it. You let me know. This is a really fun set to draft. Very fun.
Absolutely.
Very fun. Good.
So, what went up?
Well, we're going to talk right about Swing Big because we talked about it last week, but I just want to put a little bit more preface on this card. So, Swing Big is a quintessential brute card, right? Any one of the brutes. It's getting back to where brutes. It's getting back to brute pricing. There's not very many up there. At all. And what I mean by that is listings. It's Everfest, but you guys have to understand they scrapped the Everfest Unlimited, right? They burned it. I think maybe they kept one print run somewhere because but the way that I've been told, I think one print run actually went out and everything else was scrapped. And it was a very, very limited print run. So like somewhere in the world there's a case of Unlimited Everfest. But other than that, it's done. It's over with.
How much do you bet that that's one of the reprints?
You think so?
I feel like that's just like such a core card for brutes. Like that's just like such a like strong identity piece.
Do you want to see this in limited?
No. In the one of the 31 expansion slots.
Oh, expansion slot.
Oh God, no. I do not want to see that in like a draftable card. No, thank you.
With a different flavor where it's maybe like Tough Nut swinging big with just his fist because like that's a big swing. You know what I mean? Like it would be on flavor too.
Swing bigger.
I would take it. So now like that's a whole different cart.
It's like
so now you can run swing big.
It's like a 3 for 8, and if you've been cheered, it comes in for 9.
Get a quicken or something.
No.
Oh, he gets a quicken too. Oh yeah, let's go. I mean,
I don't know. For the person swinging bigger.
it is possible. It is actually possible to force Tough Nut. Like, if they really want him to be good, they can. Like,
so that was the other thing I was thinking about. Is like people are talking about like how bad Tough Nut's going to be, and to be fair, understandably so. Like, this is a weird hero, and it's going to take us a while to wrap our heads around it. But they had to make it good enough for limited, right?
I think he's going to be broken.
Right, like. If they didn't give him a weapon, he's got to be able to make plays on his own.
Bro, hold on. We're going to get to that because it's part of the market minute too.
Anyway, so swing big.
Circle
swing
back
big,
to
swing big.
Okay.
We will. Because I think Tough Nut's the one that can do it, right? He's the only one that can do it. The Rock. We're going to get there. Trust.
I mean, trust. He doesn't have that limited though.
He'll have it all. All right, Swing Big is $30 normal, right? So what I'm getting at is this is already on the rise. So if you don't have a playset of Swing Bigs, which I actually don't think I have a playset of Swing Bigs anymore, and let me tell you, Tough Nut looks good. We're gonna talk about this next set. Hold on, relax. It's not a meme. Everybody, you're looking at me like like it's a meme or something.
I'm gonna encapsulate what Tough Nut does with the current knowledge that we have now. As soon as we get done with the market.
All right, Swing Big. You got to pick them up. Seriously, they're going to be hard to find. Rainbow foils are already 35 to 36 plus, and going up. So, I mean, it's tough. In line with that, Send Packing, I think, is another card you just need to have a grasp on. If you don't have it, it's hard for me to check the data trend because it's doing that thing where it won't pull up the price trends. But 15 seems like where it's been. It's just another card wwhere I think this was an expansion slot.
It was floating around 20-ish last week because I remember looking at it too.
Okay.
So it's just, I think it's wavering. People are just need to decide whether you play it or not. If you're thinking about Tough Nut, it's not very good in that deck.
Oh, I'm just picking it because it's a brute card. That's it. Grandeur of Valhalla is up to $200. cold foil. So a little bit higher than like the last time we checked was like 175. I think people are just playing around with potential Guardian cards. I don't know outside of Alta who would really use it. If there's anybody
I was about to say, neither of these new Guardians are going to run it.
Right. So
I'll call that shot now.
It's a little weird.
The only thing I could think of is if there's like some really good aura interaction where a free aura for pitching a blue. You don't even care that it's a seismic surge. It's just an aura for pitching a blue is for some reason very impactful to Pleiades.
Oh, so like Pleiades has a card that says anytime an aura enters the arena, it gets a suspense counter. And then you use her ability.
You can only do this if you have an aura, right?
Okay.
So it would just raise her consistency.
I hate it. Don't do that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just thinking about like the rules nightmare, or not rules, but like that sounds like it could get broken. Please don't do that. But anyways, yeah, I see what you're saying. But Grandeur and Valda is definitely worth looking at.
Is Valda going to have access to any of her new cards for Pro Tour? Or is it Worlds that she'll finally have everything?
Worlds and Calling KC.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm trying to see if this will load here.
No, there's just some stuff on TCG Player that's just refusing.
Yeah. Yeah, TCG Player's not happy. I did put eyes on one card because I was curious about it, and that is still Imposing Visage. The last time we looked at it, it was like a $9 card. It was like $9.11, and now it's $11. It keeps going up.
I mean, that is 100% played in like 3 or 4 Guardians.
Yeah, the more I think about it, that card might end up in both Mini Main and Pleiades. Like, I didn't put it together until after we got off the pod the other day that like having a 5th card makes pitching into your expensive auras much more recoverable.
He is going to have to like rely on pumps and buffs from auras to make his cards be on rate.
I was trying to figure out how much this card went up, okay? Because it went up and I couldn't see the data trend. So I went to Google Chrome instead of Firefox. And it showed me a really old snapshot of it because I was like, wait a minute, which one's right? This has it at $1.48, like 99 cents. Over here it says $10. I'm like, this is crazy. And then it finally loaded the page and it jumped to present and it is $9. There was probably 6 or 7 pages of this card, okay? At least, maybe even more. There's now 2 pages. It is normal Majestic Rock from Dynasty.
Hell yeah. It's the weapon for the hero. Like, it has to be the weapon for the hero.
Nothing else makes sense. And what's really funny is I was watching some playtesting with the current cards we have, and there's a lot of instances where Romping Club's just better.
Because it's a guaranteed 2 off the top.
Yeah.
So, like, if you hit a yellow, you're happy.
Yes. Or if you get forced to keep a hand, you could still swing your club.
That's fair. I mean, you can still do barraging from arsenal, barraging from hand into a club.
Yes.
That's always good.
You know, it's also, can you imagine barraging beatdown, activate tough nut, flip a red off the top? Like, you just shoot yourself in the face, just pass.
Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't, like, why would you do that? Don't do that.
Maybe
that's...
At least with Tunic counter, you could swing the club still.
There's got to be something going on with that hero that we just don't know. Like,
right.
There's going to be a lot with that hero that we don't know about yet.
Okay.
All right. But I mean, I just wanted to figure out how much rock jumped up. So that was normal rock. The Marvel one's still 140 where we left it at. But it looks like people are jumping on the all in on rock type train. Prismatic Leyline jumped up a bit, so it's up to $15, upwards toward the 20.
Who's playing that?
Ira?
Gravy's off it.
No, Ira's not playing it.
Gravy's off it. So I don't know who's leylining right now.
Prism, Keck W.
It's got it. No, like Gravy's still the best leyline deck, right? You have a lot of red, yellow, and blue attacks.
That's a really good card.
Maybe Marlin could play it.
I mean, is Gravy still playing the big rainbow tipples? So
yeah,
makes
they're still
sense.
Rainbow
Yeah.
Tipple, and now they're on Red and Blue Swells, and they still play.
Is
Like
anybody
all
else
the
on Rainbow
allies
Tipple?
count.
Does Marlin carry
Marlin might
Tipple?
do.
Wait, do
Marlin
allies
might do Rainbow
count for
Tipple.
prismatic ley line?
I believe they do.
I think
The
you're
way
right.
it reads is it says
I'm
your
90%
next
certain.
red attack this turn gets +1.
Yeah.
Your next
Oh, wow.
yellow attack, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just attack. So if the
Yeah.
ally says ally attack or whatever, yeah, it's
So,
It's a blue attack.
so ley line, blue tipple into
Morty.
like into the go again one.
Limpet.
Yeah, into limpet, into tunic counter, command and conquer.
You
Yeah. So
I feel
tipple
like-
for
I think
4
the
into limpet for 3, or limpet for 4 into command conquer for 7. It's kind of cool.
a hell of a card.
I think the easier one is ley line into swell into blue attack into ally.
Dude, I love Swell. Swell is like
I hate Swell.
Dude, it's like the scab skins of
I hate swell,
Necromancer.
man.
Dude, it's literally you just clicking the boots button. Because most of the time the playlines don't allow you to actually know what the top of your card is for a Swell play. Like you're having to check beforehand to do your gold draw or your hero power activation, right? And you're just like, God, I hope this Swell hits. Nope, it didn't.
Yeah, I don't
Ballwater
know.
Swell's a really good card.
That card's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So
Speaking of tipples, red tipple in the treasure is $50,
Not
up
surprising.
from like 30.
that sounds right, but sucks for you gravy players if you're going max rarity.
Yeah, all tipples. 54 for the yellow and 34 for the blue.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
God, it's so
I
expensive.
think the blue's the best one.
Yeah,
Well,
I
hold
agree
on.
too.
So
But-
the blue only has the 34 lightly played, and then it's 40-45. And there's only
okay,
three
okay.
blue treasures up there right now.
So
only
it's-
Okay,
three.
that's what
It's
it is.
it's about $430 to buy your playset of 9
tipples.
tipples.
Whew, that's a lot of treasure tips. I guess I actually have some tipples like somewhere here. Hell
I
of
can't
a
wait to
card.
get stun locked by somebody when I go to Kansas City to play, and they're just max rarity gravy, and I just like see like treasure tipple discard like Marvel ally over and over again. I'm like, oh no, this guy's gonna outbling me. He's gonna win.
You go, well, anyway, time. Welcome to the bounce house.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
What else do I have here for you guys? Crown of Dominion, the highest one. The only reason we're looking at this is because it's 420.69. So I just
Hell yeah.
the Marvel Crown of Dominion. So good for you, Battleground Cafe. I like it. Way to make a statement,
Dude, he's
Trent-
willing to lose $30 for the meme. It's so
Yeah,
good.
420 is not really losing money considering where it probably was. Like at
Where it
275.
deserves to be. Yeah,
It should be about
deserves
like
to be 300 to 350. So yes, you're right.
Oh man, less 275. Maybe a year or two later when Dynasty is like outdated. There's still a little bit rolling around.
I think
Dude,
a
I
headpiece this rare being played in as many heroes as it could be played in. I think this card is actually fairly priced for the blackout.
I can't wait for
350.
like 10 years from now and just sell like my early collection, or like
gonna be
people
crazy.
selling off their early collections. It's gonna be insane.
I mean, because they keep the cards so relevant. Even
Yeah.
with reprints.
Depends. I'm sitting on my cold foil Teclo plasma pistol. And it's probably worth nothing now.
We'll talk about that later. But
Trench of Sunken Treasure is $30 still, which is kind of crazy. So Rainbow Foil Trench still holding at his $30 price
I
tag.
thought you were about to say the extended art trench.
No, Rainbow Foil, which is actually pretty good. So just checking on some like,
Ugh, 150.
Yeah, it's still pretty. It's still pretty high. Adaptive plating rainbow foils. Whoa. Okay. Adaptive plating rainbow foils are $60.
Wow.
And 100. Oh, sorry. There's one for 80. So $80 for the cold foil, but there's only 3 cold foil adaptive platings, and then they're gone off the market. So look, adaptive plating very, very hard to come by.
You know what
The
those-
problem is this is Bright Lights, right? So Bright
Yeah.
Lights is a very, very do or die set. It's only going to be very popular when it's needed for those heroes that encompass it or mechs in general.
I have
But
two cold
unless you were a
foils.
mech player, you didn't buy it.
Yeah, I have two cold foils that I think I bought for $30 each.
Nice.
That card, by the way, I think has held the most consistent value I've seen in a hot minute from like a card. Like that card has never been below like 25. It just stays there. It's got scarcity on its side too. It's a very tough set.
No one wants to open bright lights.
Nobody wants to open bright. Speaking of which, I got a whole case sitting on the right.
There just wasn't enough big M's in it, right?
It had already dead, which needs to have an already comeback.
Dude,
it's having a problem.
It is, man. It is beyond already dead. That card used to be so expensive. I'm surprised to see it's $10 now.
It's dead. It's dead in the water right now.
As it should be. That card was always terrible.
Well, they'll have to figure out a way to make a comeback with it.
That was supposed to be the card that brought Azuri back, and then we all realized, wait, you can just play new, and we stopped.
And then just want to take a look at Quick Dodge Flexors. So Quick Dodge Flexors, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rambo foil listings, starting at $180, jumping to $220. That's 5. And they're gone. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cold foil listings, starting at $250, and the highest is $400. Quick Dodge Flexor, I can't even say the thing. Quick Dodge Flexors are expensive.
Who's playing these? Like
Gravy.
It's just Gravy, and this isn't even like, it's not
Gravy.
like set in stone that this is even like good boots and Gravy.
No, I think this one actually is set in stone that's good boots and Gravy.
Really? Because I know a lot of people argue that Mage Master is so important to like every game plan that Quick Dodge Flexors is hardly worth the slot.
So I think it's because a large part of it is Gravy has an assassin problem, or certain assassins problems, and this lets you get around certain attack reacts from them. Also, like Dory is a bad matchup, as we talked about. Syndra going wide. It's just like a math play. I've really been overly impressed with Quick Dodge Flexors. I think that one's here to stay.
Dang, $180. Man, I'm glad I got my set just out of a box.
Nice.
So, Hunted, $600 a case.
Did we ever get our actual second run?
I don't think so. Obviously, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like a second sort of wave. Or what I think they did is they knew that whatever high seas, I was about to say 7 seas for some reason, was going to have the same problem. So they probably had a wave ready to go where they're like, oh, it's a second wave. It's just they held it back just for this type of situation. But I don't think we've ever seen a second surge yet of Hunted.
Oh yeah, you can't even get an English box unless you spend $177. Yep. All the ones that are like 110 to 130 are Japanese. That makes me feel like that we did not get the allocation that I thought we were promised at the end of June, the second run of Hunted. Yeesh.
I do not know. I have hopped out of the loop on that, so I do not know anymore.
And Slippy being popular is not going to help. Slippy and Syndra being pretty good, does not do it any favors.
So does that transition us into this past weekend?
Sure.
I think it does.
All right.
Hunted's expensive.
Okay, first, Tough Nut. Imagine that we say, let's give a person a hero power where they just draw a card. But they only draw 3 cards at the end of their turn. They can't play the card, they can only pitch it. There you go.
Okay.
Tough Nut.
But theoretically, one of your 4 cards was going to get pitched anyway. So you'd only play 3 cards. So you're effectively doing the same thing.
But you didn't get to choose.
No, I think it's purely... If you're getting value off the confidence tokens, if you get the value off of confidence tokens in a meaningful manner, then I think he's good. Toughness tokens, yes. Yeah, if you're getting a value out of those in a meaningful manner, then I think he'll be fine. But that, it purely depends on how good toughness tokens are for him, like what they actually end up being.
Yeah, if it's embodiment of Earth for attack actions, he's probably kind of bananas. Especially,
and it might need to be.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I really don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see. I just know that aura stonks are high for our 2 guardians.
Okay.
But
now,
anyways,
Slippy, you have the wins up. So this is Sunday. We don't have our nice graphic that we usually have on Monday.
Yeah. This is unofficial at the moment. Like, for example, at time of recording, late night on Sunday, Mexico is not official on who won. We think it is Prism, but it might be Fang. Like, it's just not confirmed. Or final placements are not confirmed for Mexico at this point. And there's 1 or 2 errors that I know of on the sheet. But based off what I know and what we were able to find, Slippy has 3 wins. Gravy has 0 for this week, but was a bunch of runner-ups and had like a comical number of top 8s. So that was just like a fun little thing. Syndra had 3 wins. Azalea had 2. Ooh. And there's a rumor of a WCQ win, and we'll talk about all that in a second, which is very interesting. Acilio had 2 wins, or 1 confirmed, 1 possible that we're not totally in on. Prism, we know of 1, possibly 2, and then the rest of these are confirmed. Verdance for 1, Dio for 1, Dash IE for 1, which put Dash over the finish line. She is LL'd.
No way, she actually did?
She did it. Kasai.
Oh, man.
Kasai got 1, Kano got 1, Victor got 1, and Florian got 1. I tracked the Florian's bracket, and that was actual gem gods, like, raining down on him and giving him the bracket. It was incredible.
He just like
even like his
never see a Gravy, never see a Kano. Like,
he played his top 8 was Slippy, Dory, Kasai, and then his like day 3 or like his like last 3 games of CC were like Syndra, which is like tough, but of like the bad matchups, that's the good one, and then like Warrior. I was like, oh, dude, you're my king. I'm so happy for you. So, but yeah, so Slippy was your Slippy and Syndra were your 2 big winners on the weekend.
So Dash
what set did they come from?
Wait,
Hunt?
What? Yeah.
No, I'm just
It's
talking about crazy.
Dash IE is now hit Living Legend. She is the 2nd non-talented hero to hit Living Legend. Crazy enough that we've gone this long into the game's lifespan, and she's only the 2nd non-talented hero. Disrai barely being a non-talented hero. He feels like he just plays on the same power level as all those talented heroes. I think most of Dash's points come at like a different time where her aggro was good enough to pick up a lot of Living Legend points very early. And then we had metas where it was excessively slow, and the pistol package is still the best end game, one of the best end games in Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, she ran out to a huge start in Crucible of War meta once we got Plasma Purifier, the plus pump one. She raced out to a bunch of points then. Then Boost Dash was really good for a little bit, and she picked up a ton of points, specifically in Southeast Asia. That kind of felt like a meme for a while there. Like, if you have a tournament in Southeast Asia, she's going to win it. And ironically, the country that put her out was Spain. So, not Southeast Asia, unfortunately.
And I assume it probably was Slab. I don't know if we know.
It was, yeah. It was a defensive one. They played versus Vincent in the finals, and just all the D-react at the right times.
Yo, Dash Vincent finals? That's... Dude,
yeah.
That season is so cool because, like, you see way more cool storylines and metas. Because just things 100%. Are so much less refined and so much more localized. I mean, US Nats just feels like a Pro Tour, but all these other Nats are very cool.
And it's also like, yeah, for like some of them, it's like, oh, I could just bring my whatever deck I feel like because I'm going to play 3 rounds of CC and 6 rounds of draft.
And the amount of people that show up to that delineates how many Living Legend points, right?
Or you went to like 4 or 5 RTNs and you literally played against almost the entire field. And so you kind of have an idea of how to target your meta if you're really good at doing that, plus being good at limited. You could take some wacky decks to top 8 and dunk people.
As the Acilio truther, always and forever, I will shout out the 2 Acilios that won. One of them is a dude named Yuto on every single social media ever, including a YouTube channel. Please check him out. He won 9-0 in CC, which is like not nothing.
Dang.
And yeah, he's like just the dude. A good guy, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just want to shout him out because him and I have talked a lot of Vasilio. But yeah, so Dash IE is gone. And Azalea, she won 2. One of them was a 5-pointer, 10-pointer,
10-pointer.
10-pointer, and the other one was a 25-pointer. So because she has the 1.5 multiplier, Noah, is she gone?
I don't know. Is she gone? I gotta go do math. In Legend.
It's not updated yet, so you're not going to know.
Well, yeah, but I could do the math, right?
Yeah, you could do 35 times 1.5 plus her current point total.
Wait, so is this the SCA? We're in SCA season, right? Yeah, SCA season. Just she got the 15. That I assume that's calculated.
The current number is what she's at without the 2 wins she just got.
So 946.
Yep.
And she won a 10 and a 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Noah's face.
I love his face. I want to see this in real time. I don't want to give it away.
No, she's not. She's good, right? She's good.
What is she at?
She's at 998.5.
So 999.
Yes, sir. Yes. However, at time of recording, somebody has said that she has won a WCQ. All of those are worth 5 points. I have heard that she has won one of these. However, nobody has been able to confirm it with me. So I'm going to act like it is not real because that might just be one of those like, oh, Briar won PQ in this random country that nobody knew played Flesh and Blood. Like, might be one of those situations again.
Yeah, my dad works at Nintendo.
I don't even know what I would play if she goes. Like, I'm over. I don't know what to do.
I mean,
if you're trying to play the best deck, you play Slippy.
Slippy is good.
Mm-hmm. But I don't have a.
I can teach you how to play. I can teach you how to play the Tide. You can play Riptide Mirrors. Riptide Mirrors are a ton of fun. Let me tell you.
Marlon's no good.
Marlon's great. It's just, is she better than Azalea? No.
No.
Yeah, the issue is why would you play Marlon right now when Azalea exists?
Well, like, yeah, you lose when Azalea goes, now we're.
No, Cannon's good. Cannon's the way to go.
Yeah,
if you're playing Marlon, Cannon's the way to go.
And there's some heroes it kind of dunks on. Honestly.
Yeah.
It doesn't dunk on
Marlon's
Slippy.
One of those. No, God, no. No, nothing dunks on Slippy right now. So we also have all of the games. Someone's been aggregating all of them so we can get a matchup table for every single game that's been played in Nationals. And there are 2 decks that are like head and shoulders above everybody else right now in their win totals or win percentages. What do you think they are?
Decks that are way ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Way ahead.
Every other in the current field.
Mm-hmm.
On straight win percentage.
Straight win percentage.
Is there some other way to be ahead?
Well, yeah,
they could just have like the most games, right?
You're right,
okay.
Right.
So like, for example, your most played, it's probably Syndra, isn't it? Syndra's probably
Gravy and Syndra are my 2.
You think Gravy and Syndra are your top 2?
Top 2.
Oh, Syndra has your most games at 2,000 or 1,968. Holy crap.
Well, that's going to corroborate my story now.
Thomas, what do you think it is? I think you and I talked about this.
Yes, so I already got the first one, and it's Slippy.
Yeah.
Like, Slippy's number 1. Who would be number 2? I think it has to be Gravy because of the conversion.
You think
rate.
it's Gravy?
Yeah, Gravy's got the highest win rate after that.
Gravy's really funny. Gravy has a 48.8% win rate, and I think it's really polarizing because I think you have like Gravies go one of 2 ways. They either 3-0 or they 0-3. Right.
So there's some bad gravies pulling the field down.
It's like you could just like gem into a bad bracket as well, right? Like people brought about. Yeah, you run into like Dory Syndrome, Ira, and it's like, oh well, my tournament run just ended because I saw a really bad bracket, right? And also, this is including US Nats data, where Gravy had a very poor performance at US Nats.
Oh, that's true, because it was very unrefined. Yeah. Like if you look at the Nats decks to the decks we're seeing now, there's just night and day.
Exactly. So like no one's playing Lead the Charge anymore. But yeah, Slippy is your top deck. So if Syndra has 2,000 matches, Slippy has 1,000, but Slippy is your top deck at 57.8%. Your second deck is Dio.
Just gotta go fast.
I mean, if you're looking at Syndra and Gravy, like you can just kind of ignore allies as Dio and just go face. And Verdance is not Florian. And I know that sounds stupid, but like not having Face Purgatory, not having Well Grounded, not having Grasp of the Arknight, and not having the hero power to like be able to just cover a max V out of nowhere to make 2 embodiments of Earth instead of 1. Like your blocking power is nowhere near as strong. You are like, as the Verdance player, you are fully in the hands of the Dio if you win that or lose that game. Or if you play Warmongers, that's the other way you win.
Warmongers, yeah. I played against it yesterday. Warmongers on the right times is pretty painful. Like, even when I was able to play around it, I'm still basically taking a turn off and leaking some arcane damage.
Yeah, like, it's really, really powerful. So, that's your top 2. Verdance is your next highest, but it's like a significant step down. And then you have a bunch of fake decks, and then your next real deck is Acilio, then Syndra, then Gravy.
So I was close.
Yeah, like, no, Gravy is, like, still okay. Syndra's doing well. I think the issue is that she's just the most played hero by, like, a lot. So
there's a lot of bad Syndras and a lot of bad Gravies.
No, I wouldn't. That's not
polarizing
necessarily
matchups.
fair.
So,
I know.
Like, to look at it, Syndra is your most played in percentage by 11.4% of the field, which, like, for a Nationals meta, like, things get really, really flat. We don't typically see decks get into the 15% range like you would at, like, a Calling or, like, a Pro Tour. So, can you guys hear that pops in the background?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. I think people are just still shooting off fireworks. So seeing Syndra get to 11% is pretty interesting to me. Gravy is your next highest at 8%. And then, 8.6%. And then there's actually a pretty significant drop down to Verdance and Prism in terms of like play rate. So Syndra's just has this like massive play rate. And because of that, it's going to bomb a bit. So yeah.
So I think we kind of set down a challenge. And we almost achieved it. We almost went the entire podcast and didn't talk about the Ira Armory deck.
Oh, we almost did it. You're right. I forgot. I got excited about the mass data.
We're there. We're at like 40 minutes in. We could have arguably ended the podcast and said we'll get it next week. I mean, we're going to have to talk about Pro Tour next week. I think we'll cap out Nats and.
Yeah.
Like
that'll be the pre-Pro Tour pod, I think.
Yeah, I think some of our locals are even going to be like already gone. Like they'll be visiting
Singapore. Yeah, a bunch of them leave on Saturday. So.
Okay.
All right.
Ira
Armory deck.
Okay, first question. Is Ira the Batman of Flesh and Blood?
What do you mean so? Like flavor-wise?
Oh, a lot of her cards say vengeance and someone killed her parents.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So like, so flavor-wise.
No,
sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's a ninja. She works at night. Batman's a ninja. Like, we all know he's a ninja. He's not an assassin. He's a ninja.
Oh, yes. Batman is definitely kind of like, he is very ninja-like, right?
Yeah.
The biggest difference is Ira will totally kill a dude.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it has no... Yeah, like...
yeah, the no killing rule doesn't apply to Ira.
Nope. Also,
right.
I think it's funny... Go ahead.
You go ahead. I was going to
say, I think it's funny that they literally every single card that has Ira in the art is in the Armory deck. Like, I don't think they missed any of them. Even Soulbead Strike, where it's like, is that Ira? Is that not Ira? We're going to count it as Ira. Or like Torrent of Tempo, where that one of those three definitely has to be Ira.
I think they're all three Ira.
Oh, is that what it is? It's like she's like a blurred effect? Okay. So yeah. So we got triple Ira. We got red Bittering Thorns reprint. Let's go. Blue Bittering Thorns.
Needed.
Blue Bittering Thorns is a crazy card. That is a crazy blue. Yeah.
I think it's a solid blue, especially since you're not worried about Kadachis anymore.
Yeah. And the whole deck seems to be Edge of Autumn focused. And I think we talked about the two pieces of equipment when they came out, right? The Iris and Okana Scar Wraps, or no?
I think we mentioned them briefly, but we didn't have any context, right? Because the Scar Wraps, the attack action, you get to banish your Edge of Autumn to give a ninja attack action card +1. So it's basically like Ninja Gloves already, but you can hit with a Vengeance card in its name, and it lets you equip an Edge of Autumn back again. And it blocks 2. Still blocks 2 at the end of the game. These are really strong, actually, and a lot of people are freaking out that this is like Katsu tech as well, that the gloves themselves are so strong that it's worth losing Kadachi's. Maybe. I'm not sold. What I am sold on is I think they flavored this deck so great. Like, this deck has so much hero, like Ira, in it, and I think they did a good job taking a weapon that is strictly worse than Kadachi in every way, but like compelling you to want to use Edge of Autumn instead, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I haven't really thought much about this armory deck. Ira just doesn't interest me. But reading Scar Wraps, I am curious about how good it's going to be in practice. Part of what I'm worried about is it specifically wants you to have a Vengeance card hit in order for you to re-equip the Edge of Autumn. And there's only 12 of those, right? There's Acct Vengeance, Seek Vengeance. That's your 2 reds, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're having to attack with blue Seek Vengeance or Vengeance Never Rests, right? So you're either having to attack with a blue or you're hitting with only 6 cards. So I don't know how often you're actually activating the Scar Wraps.
I think it's still pretty choice when you activate it.
Yeah. And I think
it's one of those things where the threat's always there, right? Like, they play a card with Vengeance. Your opponent has to go, this is essentially a free glove activation if they can make this hit.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm curious about it. I mean, like, if you look at the list, this is the most Ira deck to ever Ira. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's what has classic Ira been for forever. Big disruptive attacks, go again things, block 3, flick, flack, and combo, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you get here.
I've watched some play of test decks with this. I think I've seen mainly kind of more value or fatigue oriented versions, and I'll tell you, Edge of Autumn into a 2 cost is still just great.
Yeah, 2 card 8's a 2 card 8. Like, and especially when it's a disruptive 2 card 8, like, that's really annoying.
She's a quintessential flesh and blood deck, right? Small increments of value over the whole, like, she just outvalues you so consistently.
I mean,
on offense and defense.
I think lines like Edge of Autumn into Seek Vengeance into Flying Kick are like super interesting now. Right? Like, having access to the Seek Vengeance card. Like, I think Seek Vengeance is the crazy glue card that Ira needed. And there's
100%. So that's with. Yeah, it's hard for her to get with unconditionally, without it being like a scarf or something of that nature.
Well,
Legacy of Go ahead.
I was going to say, you do have things like Tunic, Edge of Autumn, Seek Vengeance, then like another Go Again card, and that's Threatening Mask. And if they try to block out Mask, you could finish off with like a Snatch or some other disruptive or beneficial on hit.
Yeah, it's just a block 3 combo card that's on rate that says 0 with Go Again. Like, all of those, like, that checks an insane number of boxes. It's a good card. What do you guys think of the 2 blues, the Legacy of Ikaru and Vengeance Never Rests?
Okay. Vengeance, the Legacy of Ikaru is just great. It's just a blue ancestral. You're opening every turn with swing sword. There's almost the only time you're ever not swinging sword is if you're just Cheerios, right? All your cards are 0 cost reds. In which case, this is probably just going into your arsenal. Otherwise, like, this is just a blue ancestral. It does exactly the same thing, except it's blue, because you're always opening with Edge of Autumn.
It's good late game. So I mean, you're gonna pitch it. Obviously, you get that in your late game, you feel pretty good. That's just that extra oomph to push something over. They have to keep respecting that, and the card draw. And like you said, you're always opening with sword, because I mean, sword is everything. I mean, it's no longer Kodachi or Kodachi card Kodachi. It's just sword. Now my next attack's gonna have +1. What am I following it up with? Is it gonna be the Seek Vengeance for 5 go again, or what?
Now, Vengeance never rests. This one's a little trickier for me. It's very all in. You swing the Edge of Autumn, pitching a blue. Then you play Vengeance Never Rests. And if it hits, this card becomes kind of
bananas. At that point.
especially far as fatigue math goes. Like, it's coming in for 4, then coming in for 3, and now it's threatening the like Mask Momentum hit. And it is a blue block 3, so its floor is really low. A 1 for 3 that has a way of getting guaranteed go. By the way, this has guaranteed go again. That's the one thing that makes it good.
Mm-hmm.
A 1 for 3 blue go again is quite strong.
It has go again when you play it first after the sword, but when it comes back and recurs itself, it's not going to have go.
No, doesn't have it anymore. It's a new item.
So, but I'm just saying you'd have to play that either at the end of the chain or
it's going to threaten your master.
Or you go Edge of Autumn, you go Vengeance Never Rests. They put a D-React on it because this is Chain Link 2 and it's coming in for 4. You pop your Scar Wraps on it, right? So now it's +1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your Edge of Autumn is in the banish. Your attack has hit with Vengeance in its name. So you get your Edge of Autumn back. So it's a new Edge of Autumn. So you swing your Edge of Autumn again. So you can do your Vengeance again.
If you have Tunic up.
Yes.
If you have Tunic up, you get to do it all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, that is Christmas Land. I don't think we're doing that one. But if it works, that's sick.
The setup isn't Christmas Land. Your opponent, like, letting you do it feels a little bit Christmas Land, but it's not that bad because you could actually run Ancestral in this. By the way, that card is insane in this deck.
Ancestral Empowerment?
Yes.
Yeah, that card's nuts.
It's so... Because you're
running
very
putting it on Enact Vengeance... Yeah, putting it on Enact Vengeance just sounds like an actual war crime.
It really is. Because... You just Edge of Autumn, Enact Vengeance, and your opponent has to go, oh god. It's coming in for 7? Is it coming in for 8? Maybe it's coming in for 9.
That and Ikaru are like super obnoxious on Enact Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good one. So I don't know. We'll see. I think cards like Raise, like if you're just talking about like, this is also a deck that I think that has like really easy upgrades. Like if you want to upgrade this deck, you cut the Razor Reflex. Given Take's a weird one, but I think they just needed like a budgety reprint.
Yeah, they just want some glue, and it's just a fatigue card, right? It's a great fatigue card in Ira. Edge of Autumn into Give and Take for 4 is fantastic.
Yeah. Like Razor Reflex, Give and Take, Scar for a Scar, and then however you feel about Soulby Strike and Torn and Tempo, like you can cut those for tech pieces pretty quickly.
I'm buying this deck. I've never been enthused about Ira, but this deck has so much flavor. Like, it just seems great.
Like, I think this is like a really good path to upgrade hero. I don't know if this is ever like tier 1 meta threat because I'm not looking at the deck and being like, what's the unfair thing that it does? But it does a lot of like just really good things. Mm-hmm. It has a very high floor.
I'd be interested to see where people take the Edge of Autumn plus gloves. Like Iris of the Blossom, I don't want to like say just brush over this card. I feel like it could be very strong, but you're always competing with Mask of Momentum. And as soon as you flip up a headpiece other than Mask of Momentum, your opponent plays the game completely different. And I don't know if we've read this on stream before, but this is the one that allows you to discard a card and search your deck for a Whirling Mist Blossom. And that's the Iris specialization that if you hit, you draw 2 cards.
I wonder... Oh, God, that card? Okay, so you go like Edge of Autumn and a Whirling, so it's for 3. And then they just have the Empowerment or the Ikaru. Okay, this is actually... The more I'm talking about this, the more obnoxious this gets. Okay. But then you need enough Go again in the deck for it to actually be worth it. So
You can,
I don't know.
I mean, you scar for scar. I mean, well, scar for scar, yeah, but conditional and then rabble, you can't really run.
So it's more like Iris of the Blossom. If your opponent ever overblocks at any point, Whirling Mist Blossom's going to tear them up, right?
Yeah.
If you're sitting
They
with
like heavily block chain links 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And then you're sitting with like an Ancestral Empowerment in Arsenal, right? Or well, not Legacy of Icarus probably, but say you're sitting on Ancestral Empowerment Arsenal. The opponent has blocked a little bit too heavy in chain links 1 and 2, and now you're discarding card, getting Mist Blossom, and throwing it for your 2. Your opponent's looking at it, has to evaluate whether it's 3 or 4, or maybe even a little bit more, because things like Razor Reflex.
It's a great Scar Wraps target.
The one energy potion in this deck is so funny to me because it's actually like a really heads up card to put into the deck.
Yeah, you just miss on like your curve, or like you didn't have a finisher that turn. It's a great one to have in there.
It also just like once that energy potion is out, your opponent has to respect so many nasty cards. Like they have to respect Razor Reflexes, they have to respect like Upbittering Thorns coming in a chain later than they would expect, and so on. Flying Kick is way easier to play. Way easier to play.
Yep. I like Flying Kick. That card's kind of like in the Ninja card pool, that's a pet card for me. I really like that card.
Okay.
It's just good math.
We did it.
We talked about the Ira deck. We didn't put it off for another week.
Yeah, because I think next week we actually have to talk about a tournament.
When does it come out?
I think
our armory deck should be out Friday, right?
Yeah, it's soon. It's very soon. Is it Friday?
Oh boy, I had it pulled up. This is what I get for closing things.
I can't find it.
Give me like 2 seconds for bad radio.
It is Friday.
It is Friday? Okay.
I mean, according to the TCG player, because it's pre-selling, and it says
release date is July 11th. So yep, that's this Friday.
Well, I know I'm spending $40 on.
Well,
some people have already spent $90 on it in pre-sale prices. Doesn't make any sense.
And then 2 weekends from now, so not this weekend but next weekend, is our Pro Tour.
Yep, Pro Tour Singapore. I know Aaron's going. I know Andrew Cook is going. So Aaron Cuthbert, Andrew Cook. I know William Bradshaw is going. Is that it for our area? So those will be the people we're cheering for.
I was supposed to go. It was supposed to be me.
I feel like it's easy to just cheer for Andrew. He's just been crushing it this past season. If people who don't know Andrew Cook, they should. He is the top-rated player in the United States at the moment. Also, just an absolute bro.
Yeah, super
good
cool.
Human. Very good human. So
definitely gonna be rooting for him. I mean, like local everything, right? Play army with him, so we gotta show some love.
Justin, we should do a data-based evaluation of what we think the Pro Tour meta is going to be.
What?
You were looking at all that data. We should say, okay, by the data, this is what we think.
Some sort of list of tiers or something like that.
Would you segment them into top tiers?
Would you compile the data into like digestible sections for people to understand? Is that what you're saying?
My idea is I think we should almost take the representation of US Nats and maybe 1 or 2 of the other really big Nats, but take the performance of the entire Nats season. And I think that's what we'll see at Pro Tour.
Slam those two together, see how it is.
So we're going to slam those two together and then classify most played, highest win rate, most successful, and who we think the top 8 winner are going to be?
Yeah, I think you could take the 3 or 4 biggest nationals and take the representation of those. And
will we talk
that
about
with
any of the other heroes?
Combine that with the full meta of how the win rates across the entire national season. I think you'll get the approximate performance of everybody at Pro Tour. I think it's a good Pro Tour for rogue decks.
Yeah, I think with like this weekend finishing, I think there's a really, really clear meta picture, because if you would have asked me the week before, Slippy was a breakout deck, and people would have been like, is Slippy real? It could have just been one weekend.
No, he's real.
No, he's very real. So I think we have like a clear picture of what the good decks are.
And whenever you have a really
good picture of that,
whenever you have a really set in stone meta, there are going to be very talented players who could occasionally just target that meta, like a Bullander situation, right?
That was a little different, but yes, that idea. Bullander was the best deck. It's just none of us knew how to do math. And the one guy who whipped out a calculator and did math won the tournament. So.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else to talk about?
Not yet. I guess not till next week when we figure out how we're gonna arrange this data and show it to the public.
If anybody has a pair of cold foil old knockers, PM me. There are none on TCG Player.
Pair?
I need a singular old
like
knocker.
One.
Okay,
he's not talking about a pair. He's saying like
a slip. Like
no, it's like if you had the old knocker, you'd be asking for a pair of whatever, like a pair of those.
I didn't know like a playset. I need a old knocker. I don't know. I need the card.
He's a pair.
I need a pair. But anyways, there's none on TCG Player currently. So please help me out.
Cold foil, right? Comes in
cold foil. Yeah, I need the cold foil.
Maybe
the treasure
I'll
pack.
Find it one of these days.
Tell Paul he's sitting on like 60 treasure packs. Just have him crack them all.
Yeah, just have him start ripping them. That might be what I need to do.
All right, Noah.
Oh, that's right. It's me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're on to you now.
Oh, it's a bad time to go off to me. Thank you. Wait, no.
Man,
where can everybody find us? We can't.
There it is.
Total disaster.
We're pulling it together here. It's been a good week.
So, Thomas, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at What the System Fab on Twitter or What the System on Discord.
And Justin, where can everybody find you?
J_EBS5 on Twitter, Jebzo5 everywhere else.
You can find me at BigMaxFab on Twitter and at BigMax on Blue Sky, and cracking open packs every day. We got the gold pack to finish off the box, so we'll see what we get tonight. And hopefully something crazy. I don't know. Hopefully it's an old knocker. I'll set it aside.
Please take care of me. Please give me my
Come
old
on,
knocker.
put the energy in it. Old knocker. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, thanks for joining us, everybody. We hope you enjoyed catching up with us this week. And if you did, subscribe or follow depending on where you found us to catch us again next time. Until then, take care of yourselves. And remember, we are all siblings in cardboard. And just like I got a little lost there, and I didn't really know what was going on, and I was trying to end the podcast, sometimes you got to like ask for help or maybe read, because when you read the card, it might explain the card. Then you won't be lost without doing your trigger, your triggers.
Man, unless the only hunted you could find is Japanese, and then
make up what the card does. Move on. Take care.